Good evening, my friends. Welcome to our Wednesday night live broadcast. And first and foremost, I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook and on LinkedIn, as well as on my YouTube channel. Especially want to welcome all of my students that are participating in this live Zoom session. And at some point in time, for those of you that are watching me from afar, hope you'll jump into one of my boot camps and join us. We're right in the middle of my September boot camp for LinkedIn and Facebook. And LinkedIn is changing, Facebook is changing. And I've been experimenting with a number of new features that LinkedIn has had, and I've been sharing some of this information with my coaching students. The results have been nothing short of spectacular. So tonight we're going to take a little time and we're going to show you how to get 100 times more results using LinkedIn's new feature. Now, many of you don't have this feature, but it's available to you when you know where to go to turn it on. So let me just take a quick look and see who's here. All right, 100 times more results. How would you feel if every day you would open up your mailbox, jump into your LinkedIn account, Facebook account, and see that there are people ready to jump into your business? Now, LinkedIn has made many changes and added many new features that will enable you to enroll perfect prospects for your business much faster. And so my quote for the month is from Tony Robbins: "The past does not equal the future." It doesn't matter where your year has been, what your year has been like up until now. You can still turn in tremendous results with the amount of time you have remaining this year. In fact, 2023 can be your best year. Why? Because historically, September is the start of the best recruiting season of the year in network marketing. Now, this is going to be exceptionally empowering for those of you that are students and have been at this for a while. And your business does not slow down during the holiday season in October, November, and December unless you do. Now, for the last 3 months, I've been secretly working on something new that generates more nonstop leads than ever before, that turn immediately into customers, distributors, and sales than you can believe. Something that will instantaneously position you as a person of influence, that people will reach out to you and ask you about your business. So whether you're an old friend, a loyal student, a new student, or an eager entrepreneur that wants to take their business to the next level, this new information is going to give you an unfair advantage over your competition. This unfair advantage is like having a crystal ball when it comes to identifying perfect prospects for your business. You can pick out perfect prospects for your business on Facebook, on LinkedIn, simply by looking at the contents of their page. Now, the fall is the best season to build your business. That's because once the summer season is done, people shake the beach sand barbecues out of their heads and begin to get more serious about making money. Vacations are over, school is starting back up, businesses seem to start buzzing again. Inflation and the rising cost of everything is causing more people to jump on LinkedIn because they want to generate an additional stream of income on a full-time or a part-time basis. And for those of you that have been at it, you have a number of connections already. In the fall, you got more social events, parties, family get-togethers than the whole rest of the year put together. Combining all of these factors results in two important things. One, people spend more money. Two, people need more money. So with that in mind, understand that more people begin to seek part-time or remote work or find a better paying job in September than any other month. That's when people get serious about making money again. So there are new prospecting and recruiting scripts, strategies, and tactics that work better during the fall than at any other time of the year. And when used correctly, they'll enable you to quadruple the size of your existing network and experience significant rank advancements in September. Now, many of the recent changes made by LinkedIn and Facebook as well have made my strategies and tactics even more effective than ever before. And some of the recent changes have made portions of my training material obsolete because those features don't exist anymore. Now, I need to caution you. You're going to have many chances to tell people what you do as a natural part of your conversations with people on LinkedIn and Facebook. But if it was going to cost you $500 every time you gave someone the link to your website, you take the time to qualify them before you did and determine their potential, or you'd go broke. Simply follow my scripts. Ask your prospect questions to learn more about them. And when you let the conversation with your prospects flow naturally in the direction that each answer you receive takes you, you'll end up talking to more people about your business and experience high closing ratios. So you can't fail. With unlimited prospects to talk to and with continual practice, you simply can't fail. The content of your profile and your daily activity positions you to be perceived as an expert and influencer by everyone that sees it. The secret to connecting with perfect prospects and converting them to new business partners and customers has to do with three things. One, the relationships you create with your profile. Two, the influence you generate with your activity and post. And three, the conversations you have with your prospects. Simply follow my proven scripts. So the ability to get people to talk to you, follow you, take action, and join your team revolves around everyone's perception of who you are, which is completely in your hands and depends on what you say to them. So, why do most salespeople fail? The truth is they don't follow up. At least 25% of the people that you're connected to on LinkedIn, you've never talked to. 48% of salespeople never follow up with prospects. You make the connections, maybe you start a conversation, and then you're overwhelmed with so many people to talk to that you forget to go back. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. They don't follow up. Sales statistics tell the story, and these are universal. The fortune is in the follow-up. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. That's 10% of sales. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. That's 20% of sales. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. The fortune's in the follow-up. And so LinkedIn introduced a new feature that is making it easy to reconnect with people and follow up with people that you've lost track of. LinkedIn's new celebration feature. On your desktop, it looks like that. On your mobile phone, it looks like that. And this gives you the opportunity to restart conversations with your prospects. Now, if you don't have it, the link to get it is just linkedin.com/celebrations. And when you use my new copy and paste scripts, you will experience astounding results, and you can actually crush your competition. Let me come over here and show you what I'm talking about. So when you go over to LinkedIn, every day you have people that want to join your network. And every day, I got 12 people here. Now, come back over here to your network. Celebrations, right here. This is the feature. Now, one of my students this year is proving beyond a shadow of a doubt the value of this feature and something else that I'm going to show you. I love success stories. So I'm going to bring up Sam. Now, Sam has been working with me for a number of years, but this year he really wanted to pick it up. So we started working together in my one-on-one program. And he's signing people up with a $5,000 program. Some of them are updating to $15,000. So let me back up here a little bit to March. So after 2 coaching sessions, I demonstrated exactly what I'm going to be showing you today. And he sponsored 12 people over 2 weeks. He's been on Zooms 5 to 6 hours a day, training his new people. Well, let's go a week later. Hard to believe I'm writing this to testify to my success. I added 21 team members in the last 3 weeks, and I'm still growing. 21 times $5,000. And still growing by the day. Your way of coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people that he talks to. Let me show you what he's done. First and foremost, if you go over to your network, you see how many people you're actually connected to. Now, LinkedIn has 3 levels of connections. Your first level are the people that you're directly connected to. So here it shows 9,500 people. And this is an accumulation of people. You all have been, for as long as you've been doing it, you've been reaching out, connecting with people, trying to pick out the people who would naturally be interested in your business. So if you come up here in the search window, now we're searching inside the people that you're directly connected to. And you do a search for looking. How many of the people you're connected to are actually looking? Well, I got 1,300 people. How about how many people that I'm directly connected to that are seeking? 445. Open to something new. 372. And finally, searching. 164. So that's a total of 2,282 people out of a pool of 9,500. 24% of the people that I'm connected to are potential prospects. Sam knew exactly who he was looking for. He wanted to talk to investors. Now he's going to have a different number than me, but I've got 672 people that I'm connected to that are investors. So and he was also looking for people in real estate. 1,300. Now you would be absolutely amazed if you went down here and looked, try to send a message to some of these people. We're connected, but we've never talked. If I bring up his profile, and I click at contact information, but we've been connected since 2014, but we've never talked. The real estate market is in terrible shape today. So just by re-engaging the people that you're already connected with can produce outrageous results for you. If you know precisely who you're connected to and what field. So right now on LinkedIn, there are 1,600,000 people that are in fitness. How many of them are on my first level? 1,000. 1,000. But as I scroll down and look, we've been connected for some time, but we haven't talked recently. That's one. Next, go back over to your network. Now, every day, and we're going to go over here to celebrations. Now, we've introduced a new strategy. And for those of you that are in boot camp, I want to remind you, when you add a new position, it gets shared. For example, Terry is in boot camp. He added a new element, and so it's now being shared with everybody he's connected with on LinkedIn. So these people have started new jobs. Tiffany is a coaching student. And what we did with her profile is we took it off. We took off the description of her networking business, and then we just re-entered it. So because we're re-entering it, it was new, and now it's being broadcast all the people that she's connected to. So far, she's had 14 people react and one person made a comment. This gave her an opportunity to talk to people. The hot strategy are birthdays. Now, my birthday is on September the 17th, so I can't wait. That'll be next Sunday. And my mailbox is going to be flooded with people that want to wish me a happy birthday. Opportunity to start a conversation. And you would be amazed. For example, LinkedIn added something else. Now, when I introduced this strategy for LinkedIn, I pointed out that you really need to see how long you've been connected, so you have to look at the profile. Well, about 3 weeks ago, LinkedIn added the time. I've been connected to him for 3 years, connected to her for 4 years. I've been connected to Kelly for 14 years. Had a birthday on the 11th. Never talked to her. You want to talk about following up? So this feature alone, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 12 years ago. And so looking, here's 10 years ago. Now, I could bring up her profile, well, 10 years ago. So that would be 2012. So another way to re-engage, and that, my friends, is what it's all about. It's all about talking to people, and it's all about talking to the right people. So LinkedIn gives you that opportunity. At the end of the day, Collie Butler is a good friend. Oh, she had a birthday on the 11th. She was one of the top earners in Zango. We worked together years ago. Let me see, when was the last time I talked to her? Well, she's now a part of Isogenics, maybe. So one of my staff members has been in touch. So Zango in 2016 was absorbed by Zija. And that was a big adjustment for the Zija folks, because Zango was not a binary, and for years they've been teaching all their people binaries are bad, and now all of a sudden they're in a company that's a binary. Well, 2020, Zango became a part of Isogenics. This happens in this business. For some people, it's a shock. But the bottom line is, there are all kinds of people that you are connected to that you've never talked to. You want to talk about following up? In boot camp, we talk about the project launch strategy. And you're going to be able to use that to connect with people, reconnect with people. At the end of the day, it's all about talking to people. And these new features of LinkedIn are going to make it easier. Now, one of the things, another feature that they've added, very, very important, because I'll give you an example. Let's come up here and let's do a search for people. Looking for an opportunity on LinkedIn. It is 1,500,000 people. Now, just because they're looking for an opportunity does not mean that they're suitable for you. You gotta have to determine if they're active, because if they're not active, if they created their profile 10 years ago, jumped off LinkedIn 3 years ago and haven't been back, reaching out to these people would be a waste of your time. So this one is looking for an opportunity, and also an opportunity to start my business online. Open up his profile. We come down here. And there isn't very much activity here. So you look at his history. So he posted something a week ago. Well, so clearly he's active. But not everybody posts. So you can see if he reacted, if he made any comments. Last time he commented on something was 3 years ago. And we come over here and look at reactions. Well, he reacted to something a week ago. I'm sorry, this was a day ago. So the bottom line for all of you is this: you have the opportunity to identify people who clearly need what you have, want what you have, and you can tell who's active. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm going to pop over here and let me look at and I'm going to guess that this is probably your profile. You can let me know if it is. So it looks like you're just getting started. And that's the first part of the process. Come up here and look at social networking law number 1. What you see is what you get. What's on your profile broadcasts to the world who you are, what you do. The beauty of social media, the beauty of LinkedIn is that you don't have to wait for people to find you. All right? You can proactively go out and make the connections. So let's take a look. Rebecca was in a boot camp a couple of months ago. And so it's all about activity. All about activity. And here's the problem, Rebecca. If you reached out to me to start a conversation, and I look at your headline, helping people achieve economic independence. Ask me about the 5NA boot camp. Or you're clearly telling everybody that you're selling something. Instead of turning this into a commercial for what you're selling, you want your profile to reflect how you help people. And they would be more inclined to talk to you, more inclined to react and respond to you. Let's come up here and look at Kelly. Okay, Kelly, do you see yourself on this list here somewhere?
Now,
You asking
and
me?
surely, if we were able to get the place like Finch down from $80 to $45, we're going to go that route.
Yeah,
We need-
Kelly, I'm asking you. Do you see yourself on here?
The
Yes.
in-person
Wait a minute, let me
gift,
see.
That's at $1,200 with 120 sorrel.
No, I don't.
That's it. That's a $10 gift. And that means we're ordering something from China somewhere.
Do you have a profile on LinkedIn?
And y'all, Spams makes a really.
Do I have a what? A pro? Yeah, I do. I do. Try Kelly King Kazi. Space, yeah. Yeah, program manager. That's me.
Okay, now notice there's no picture.
Yeah, I know.
Now we come over here and all right, so you got 500 connections, but and you got a bunch of people following you. So the obvious question is, what are you? What's your agenda on here? Are you trying to market something, sell something?
Yeah, I'm a certified project manager, but I don't do project management directly. The business is Press for Promotions, is an advertising, promotional products, marketing type business, but you know, I don't do a lot of that stuff that I did. So I just didn't know if I should create a new profile.
No. You don't have to create a new profile. You just need to redo it, change it up, because you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose these connections. According to this, you got 1,396 followers. So,
Okay.
no, you just have to adjust it, make it better, so that people, when they see your profile, you want to be able to have a profile that will enable you to reach out and talk to people.
Yeah.
And reach out to people that you know in advance, based on what you see, would be interested in whatever it is you're marketing and trying to sell. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to market and sell.
Okay, so I should change my title then, or is it it's not a business, is it a business LinkedIn looks like, or does it look like personal?
No, LinkedIn is a social network
Uh-huh.
for professional people. It's Facebook for professionals.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. Okay, I got it straight now.
All right.
All right.
In fact, let me put in the chat window for you. You've been on here for some time, but it doesn't look like you've. I mean, what have you been using it for, or have you been using it?
I haven't really been using it, so I'm trying to get back to using it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put two links in the chat. One will enable you to jump into my September boot camp.
Okay.
And whoops. And the other one is a special promotion that we're doing, which is my 3 boot camps for less than the price of 1. That's my twofer. So the September boot camp is halfway finished, but all the sessions were recorded. You could watch, go in there, watch them. It'll help you set up your, we have a profile guide that'll help you create your profile. We've got a scripts book.
Okay.
And you also have access to last month's boot camp. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. So you actually have access to 2 boot camps.
All right.
The other link that I sent you twofer will enable you to actually participate in 3 boot camps because and at a lower price. So you go to maxsteingart.com/twofer. You'll be in the September boot camp, the October boot camp, and you also have access to the August boot camp that just finished.
Okay.
And so what you do is you come over here to the promo code and you type in double in lowercase. So you'll participate in basically 2 boot camps for less than the price of 1. And over September and October, will help you fill out your profile, put you in a position where whatever it is you're selling, you'll be able to find people that clearly need what you have, want what you have.
Okay.
And one of my students, let me come back over here. Joanne was building a Maluka business when we started working together. I love success stories. I'm not sharing these with you to impress you. I share them with you to impress upon you what you can be doing. So about 4 years ago, we started working together. She was building a Maluka business. But she didn't have a sponsor. She didn't have an upline. So she jumped in a boot camp, decided that she really liked what I was teaching. So she jumped into my coaching program. And first month, she doubled her business. The second month, it tripled. And then she realized that not only was what I'm teaching her applicable to building her Maluka business, she also sold insurance. So she started to use it to sell insurance. And the next thing she knows, the people, management brings her in and says, what are you doing? I mean, all of a sudden you have, you're selling insurance policies like crazy. So they actually paid her $5,000 to train the other agents how to do it on LinkedIn. Well, she called in about 3 weeks ago. She reconnects with me 2 or 3 times a year to bring me up to date on what's going on. And this is what she had to say.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me. You've done it with so many others. But, one of the things I always say was what you teach us, we can apply to any job. And it's the same technique. It's the same dance. And I've used it in the insurance world where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember one month I recruited 40 insurance agents in 1 month. You know, that's huge. And I know that you've worked with others that have built huge insurance agencies as well. Currently, I'm doing outside sales. I'm working for Republic Services, as you can see in my banner there. I have been with the company 2.5 months. I started in the beginning of May. And I told my manager when I was in the interview process how I thought that, you know, I can apply LinkedIn and explode, you know, this type of position. And it didn't register with him. And I waited and I said the first couple of weeks, I got to learn what I'm doing. I got that down. And then I said, I'm posting my first customer. So if you look back about a month, you'll see, you know, Go Auto was my first post, nothing fancy. And then about a week ago, I think I did 5 posts in a row. And one of my posts for Red Arrow Diner has gotten over 6,000 views between two, you know, it said, oh, do you want to post in the, you know, restaurant group or whatever. So this one here is a nonprofit, the one that you have right there. So they do mental health. And, you know, I've got 23 likes on that and a good number of views. This one was a little restaurant in Nashua, and I think it was over 1,100 views when I saw it last. So what I'm doing is I've got a little twist, a little auto dealership. I think that one had about 1,200 views when I first looked at it last time. I'm not even really, the diner one's my favorite, the next one right there. So this diner, Red Arrow Diner, been around for 100 years. And I just posted me with some of the guys outside and one of the owners, 67 people liked it. So using your technique, I do a little post, and the only thing I'm saying about Republic Services is welcome to the Republic Services family. So just doing that, you know, is getting more engagement, more people within the company. But just in the last week or so, I've been asked, I trained my group of, you know, my office, and now I've got my division manager sending out messages talking about how because of these couple of posts that I've done, I had someone on LinkedIn that I connected with on the 25th of June with my message one that you taught, copy paste, and I got a sale from that. And this guy, he's got 10 gas stations. So I'm getting the first one in August. And, you know, as long as we deliver, which we will, I'll end up getting 10 locations from him seeing my posts that you taught us how to do. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit of a twist, but my manager sent out a message talking about how he sees the value of what I'm doing, talking about me being 310% of budget. Then it's gone out to the region. And now one of the division managers are reaching out. They're shocked at what I'm doing. They're talking about me training their leaders and their sales force. They have 40,000 people that work for Republic Services. And this is like, you know, breaking news, using LinkedIn to do what we're doing here. I just think super cool. You know, it's like throwing that pebble in the water. And I just want to let you know, it's still having the ripple effect from what you and I have done.
So I have, I think 3 people on here that are, everybody that's on here, I think is a student. But I have 3 people here that are contemplating one-on-one coaching.
Why are they doing that, Matt? There's no question. The one-on-one coaching is where this all clicks for me. You know what I mean? And you know, after like my second session with you, we fixed the profile. You showed me the basics. I started running with it. I couldn't sleep at night. You know, once we started having our one-on-one sessions, I was getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I would start doing my connections, you know, doing what you taught me. And as you know, if you go back through our, you know, trail there, I enrolled 3 people in one day when I was doing the network marketing. I got paid $5,000 to do 3 LinkedIn trainings for one of the insurance groups. Your training, your one-on-one coaching has opened up so many doors for me. So as time goes by, I always like to give you an update to let you know how I'm doing, but it all stems back to that one-on-one training that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you surprised at how fast everything started to happen?
Initially, yeah. I mean, like, Max, I knew about you. I've heard about you from years before you and I had gotten together. You know, I've watched some of the webinars that you had, but I mean, like, immediately when we first started working together, it just was like a snowball effect. But when I take that into other areas and see how it explodes, like I can't tell you how excited I am about what I'm doing now. Seeing it with my upper management, how they're all like super excited. Many of those people that like this post are at Republic Services in 67. And many of them I weren't connected to. So it was a layup in growing my connections.
Now, it doesn't matter what you're selling, which is the most important part of this. I had a student, let me see if I can find him, Dan. Dan was building a Maluka business. And he was recruited by one of the top earners in Maluka who died. And when his sponsor died, it put him in a position where he doesn't have anybody to work with. So we decided to spend the rest of our time helping him build his cleaning business. And last year, he was struggling, could barely afford to put tires on a car. And this year, he's making over $1 million. He's literally making over $1 million. Let me find. Hey Dan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Look, I've heard from a lot of students in the last 2 or 3 days. Last time we spoke, you would use the training that you got from me to expand your franchise business, and I think you said that now they kind of brought you and made you a partner.
Yeah, they have actually, Max. Through using your system, one of the things that happened for me is that I learned how to contact people on LinkedIn. And some of those contacts became so powerful that I was able to close a major account with Verizon Wireless that we signed a contract for $20 million. That is to clean cell phone towers. But since then, we've also made contact with people that manage the municipal water towers and water treatment facilities. And in doing so, it has blown up my business. And it's like I said before, I never would have known how to contact people on LinkedIn. I never would have known to even use LinkedIn for that sort of thing if it hadn't been that I came across you through somebody when I was in networking. When I was in network marketing. And I know a lot of people use it for network marketing, but it can be for anything. Just learning how to contact people is the biggest thing. It has been so powerful. It's just unbelievable that last year I was struggling financially. And then by the end of the year and this year, I will make over $2 million. It's unbelievable. It's like unbelievable. It's actually one of those things that was like, one of those things I wasn't sure I believed it until it happened.
And he followed up again about 3 months later. And there's an interesting addition to this. And I have to tell you, I love when former students come back. So we're broadcasting it right here. So I want to open this up, and I'm going to bring up Dan. And everybody's got a story. Dan has an amazing one. I just want to.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Dan, it's nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Living the dream life. That's all I can say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beyond amazing. My business has exploded, and we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got our biggest problem is getting enough people and equipment. And as you know, I use your principles outside of network marketing, but they're awesome in any walk of life.
I remember last year you made the comment that you were struggling financially to where you couldn't even put tires on your car.
That's true. That's true. And now we have 5 work vehicles, 5 drones. We in the process of buying another one, and we buy everything with cash.
What advice would you give
anybody that was listening to you and
I would say, you know, it's all a numbers game, but at the same time, the numbers can be slanted in your favor. And that's what I think your process did for me, was slanted the numbers in my favor. I learned who to contact and how to contact the right people. And so, and I was building a network marketing company, and I stopped just because I got kind of sideswiped when my sponsor died. And Jason was, I mean, just a great guy, and he just kind of really set me back. But I was also using these in my personal business, and it just started taking off because of the contacts I was making. I was making local contacts and just started, I mean, it's taken off. I mean, we just signed on to clean over 1,000 Pizza Huts. We are cleaning water towers and just things that I never would have imagined. And just the way it's all happened was really just because of making contacts, just expanding my network, contacting people in my area, and contacting people outside of my area with the companies and the people I wanted to work with, and learning who those people were and how to message them. That was the thing that, you know, knowing who to talk to is 1/4 of the bat. I mean, I think it's about 1/4 of it. It's knowing how to talk to people. You know, that's the hardest part. Knowing what to say and knowing how to get that conversation going and keeping it going, and to the point where, you know, to be able to say, okay, not right now for this person, that, you know, they're focused on other things, but just knowing, you know, I've had people that I talked to, and I realized that, you know, the conversation wasn't going where I wanted it to, and it was a not right now. But you know what? We've come back and talked to those people again, and just in keeping up with little messages like, how's, you know, happy birthday. And I've had people just say, oh, hey, yeah, thank you. And you know what? I want to talk to you. I'm keeping up. And those little things matter, and building that relationship. Relationships have meant everything.
yeah, it's all about relationship. Let me ask you, what was the biggest thing that you got from me when we were working in my coaching program?
How to talk to people.
That's right.
Talk to people. Being able to and responding in a timely manner, but not being like a vulture. And
You know, he said that sign an agreement to clean 1,000 Pizza Huts. He connected with 2 people that each had 500 Pizza Hut franchises. So it's a numbers game, but the numbers are slanted in your favor. I put the links in there for boot camp, along with the promo codes. Our 3rd session of boot camp is tomorrow night. Final boot camp session is following Tuesday. Our goal is to help everybody close 5 sales while you're in boot camp. And I also put, okay, the boot camp it's a group training. Okay, so you'll jump in, and between boot camp sessions, I mean, during every session, you can ask questions and we'll answer them. And then during the week, we have live Ask Max sessions where you could jump on, ask your questions, and get help. So in addition to the 4 sessions, there's 12 sessions during the week that you can jump on and get your profiles critiqued. I'll even jump into some accounts and you'll watch me chat with your prospects and send you down the right road. So let me put, yeah, it's all month. The 4 sessions are 4 sessions, and the Ask Max sessions run for the entire month. Your best deal, since you're just getting started, would be the twofer. You'll end up paying $59 a boot camp. Each boot camp normally sells for $597. Catch up jump into the September boot camp, you have access to the recorded sessions for August. Each boot camp is different. And then you'll be able to continue with the October boot camp. All right, now we'll be back tomorrow at 9:30. And 4:00 boot camp is tomorrow night at 9. And let me see, Curtis, are you still here? Aloha, you know, whoops, yeah, he's still here. Catch up to all of you, mañana. If there's anybody that's interested in my coaching program, just type coaching, put your phone number in the chat window, and one of my coaching people will reach out and give you a call. Until tomorrow, best of luck in building your business. God bless.